Hi guys, today I'm going to be walking us through how we set up our digital project. So this is for our animal mosaic. If you're in 6th grade, if you're in 7th grade, you're going to be doing a portrait, but the steps are all the same. So I'm going to start by going to my Google Drive and selecting New, go down to More, open a Google Drawing. Reminder, you can pause this video as many times as you need to so that you can follow along with me here. Now you should be able to see my plain Google drawing that I've opened here. I went ahead and I titled this My Name Animal Mosaic with my class period. So you should go ahead and title your slide here. Once you've titled your slide, you're going to go ahead and click share. With this, you should share with me. Right here, you can see my email, haley.bridges@nax.k12.in.us. You should share that with me. You should also share this with our long-term sub. So if you can do that, that'd be great. Do not share this document with anyone else. Please make sure that both me and the sub are listed as editors, not as just viewers, okay? Now, with my document here, I'm going to go ahead and two-finger click, set my background to white. We can change this background later. So from the corner here, you can see I can expand my drawing space if I'd like. I am going to have a hard time expanding that down for now because it doesn't want to scroll. However, we're going to get our image in here, and once we have our image in here, I have a little hack for that. So you guys have found pictures of animals that should work for this project. So hopefully you've saved those to your computer. I'm going to go ahead and select image. And here I have my picture. I'm going to paste that in here. Now, if I go to blow this up and this is like super blurry, it's not going to work. This is a nice, crisp, clear picture, so this is going to work just fine for me actually. Now, purposely, I've left a little bit of margin back here. I want to have leftover space. It's a little hard to tell in my case because my picture is white. So here, if I put a blue background right now, you can see my margin better. You want that margin there because it's going to help us as we build. So today, the goal is to get this far. Set up the document, share the document, title the document, get your picture selected and put in here. Many of you are going to find at this point that this picture is not going to work for you because maybe your picture is blurry, maybe your picture is too small, maybe your picture is cropped weird. So make sure you've got this figured out. Notice how with my ruler up at the top, I have my picture set so that it goes a little bit past like 11 inches. I'd say 11, 12 inches would be good. If your picture is in vertical orientation and you need to stretch your picture here, your picture plane, I just kind of go like this. I move my picture down, and now for whatever reason, this will let me expand my picture downwards. Now I have a larger space to draw. Now I'm going to go through the tools that we'll be using. So up here in my toolbar, I'm going to go to this line tool. I'm going to drop down and I want to select polyline. Now what I'm going to be doing is breaking this down into simple shapes. If I want to zoom in and get a little bit closer, I can. Right here I see a lighter patch of fur, so I'm going to go ahead and select my shape here around this lighter patch of fur. If I click too close together, it is going to end my shape too early, but this is exactly what I want it to do. I want it to fill in with solid color. If yours does not fill in with solid color, it's likely because you did not go to polyline and you were on just the line tool. So if I want to be able to select this shape and move this around, I have to be back at my select tool. If you're on polyline and you continue to click, it's just going to randomly make all these lines and you're going to have a hard time escaping that. So if this is happening to you, you can stop, double click wherever you are, and then just backspace, delete it. Now to get off of this crazy tool, I can go to my arrow right here and now I can select things as needed. So this shape, I want to make sure that I get this the exact color of the dog's fur. So I'm going to go to my bucket tool here. First, I can make this transparent. Now if I go to fill color and I hit custom, I can use my dropper tool and I can select the color that was inside of that outline. Now my color should be exactly the same as the fur on the dog. If I turn off my outline, you can see that should blend in pretty well. Okay. Now, what you guys will be doing, you're going to be drawing a lot of little shapes to create this animal, almost like a puzzle. So I want to fit each shape really close into the previous shape. Again, I'm continuing to outline based on my colors. And if I get a click I don't like, I can go up to my arrow, double click, and I can move these points to make them fit together a little bit better. I could do that if I needed to. I'm going to continue to use my bucket tool, custom, use that dropper tool. This is going to be difficult because I can't get to it. I forgot to turn off my blue color first. So I have to cancel that. Make it transparent. Now do custom. Dropper. Select my color. Okay. Turn off my outline. I can see those two shapes starting to fit together really nice and neat. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a more complete version of this. This is a version of this project that I had done a while ago, so you can see how these shapes start to fit together to create the illusion of our dog. If we want to see how this is turning out a little bit clearer and check our progress, I can select my image, so I have that blue outline there, go Format Options, Adjustments, and turn down the opacity. So you can see when I turn that picture down what this looks like with just my shapes, and we can see that this really does resemble my picture strongly. Notice how in the areas that are more significant, like the eye, I have smaller shapes in there, and then through the ear I have some larger shapes here because it's not as detailed through that blank area of fur. Now, even though the dog is primarily all the same color, notice how there's definitely certain areas that are lighter or darker. So between his eyes right here, this is a darker area. Above his nose right here, this is a lighter area. So we want to make sure that we're really paying attention to those little nuances in the fur, even though he's arguably all the same color. So when you're making your shapes, really try to outline those different colors that you see so that this looks accurate. Please make sure you are shaping up those shapes so that they fit together really nice and neat. You can see here I have really even and consistent gaps in between all my shapes.